here. We'll go ahead and lower that. All right. What the fuck? Is my voice meter audibility back down? Huh. Huh. What the fuck? Something's being extra loud today. There we go. Bum, bum, Oh, whoops. Look at that. There's no signal. But why? What did I do? Hold on. This is why I can't have nice things. Deactivate. Boop. Activate. This is why I can't have nice things. There we go. Now if I go to Ness, okay, yeah, that's fine. The problem is just taking in both, which is really annoying. Right, we're going this way. Whoops. Anyway, what remains of Edith Finch? I have never played it. It's supposed to be fucking incredible. Let's go. Is this one of those, like, you should just leave it on cutscene mode type of games? Apparently you can beat it in like 2 hours, though. So, I don't know. Oh, hey. Yeah, we'll put it on cutscene mode. Huh. So I can look around. Am I sitting? Oh. Edith Finch. Okay, so R1 did that.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house.
With the house. Oh, wow. Looks fucking gorgeous, doesn't it?
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Are we gonna take these? Can we take these?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Holy shit, it sounds incredible.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I can't, like, just go off the beaten path, I guess. Well, I guess not. It makes more sense that way. Let me put this over here. PS4 is really stressing here, isn't it?
Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Gotta love these walking sims. It's so gorgeous. The game is fucking beautiful, man.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
And the sound is fucking glorious.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Missing. Wilton Finch. What's his name? Wilson? Milton. Milton Finch.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Back this way. Nothing. Ooh, but the back door. Maybe. Recyclables and trash. Okay, this right here. I live in a house that's nowhere near as big as this. And every garbage day I have to take out like 2 to 3 garbage cans. This is bullshit. Oh,
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
no shit. Well, you also inherited a car there, bud. Ooh, they have the tennis ball. That's cool. So, people put the tennis balls there right where, like, they knew the front of their car would hit the wall. So when it touched the ceiling or a certain point in the car. That's what the tennis balls were for. I know, because my friend's grandma used to do it. They know they were in the right spot right when the tennis ball hit the windscreen. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't think I've seen that, like, in a game. I don't know. Cosmic Cuisine. The Northeast Chef. I don't know what's in there. Someone really in such a rush that they just left this random ass piece of wood there? Soldering iron. Huh. Alright, well, I got in through the side door because...
For the first time in years,
Hold on. Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, and Eddie. I assume I'm Edith. Of course.
I felt like I was home.
I assume I could have also just gone through the front door, but it wouldn't have been as fun.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh, there's pictures. Eddie, Lewis, Edith, and Dawn. Died 1988, or born 1988. Died 2018. Son of Dawn, great-grandson of Eddie. Oh, that's not the dad, that's the grandma. Dawn and Eddie, okay. Where's the dad? Memorial service. If anyone is watching, I do have a webcam, but I feel like it would ruin the experience for this game, so I have it off. Huh. Holiday feast. Witch's kitchen. The Viking's belly. That fasting or tasting Thailand. All cookbooks.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Huh. Yo, Chinese will deliver fucking anywhere.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Over this way.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Huh. I'm like trying to find everything, and I don't know why, but I'm like really inclined to do it. So this must have been Edith's plate. I mean, she was significantly younger back then. Well, we got a text bubble back this way.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Edie. Still no dad in sight.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
A really, really creepy way of putting it. Who the fuck is texting me at 1 in the morning?
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The house sank. Huh. What's in the box? Technically, all this belongs to you now. It's a really creepy picture. The Hunter's Roast. Are all of these different books? Like they're not just reusing assets. Like each book. Oh wait, I say that and then fucking the weird. Oh, the Big Book of Homeschooling or of Homeschooled. So the kids were homeschooled. The Book of Sand, the Aleph is there twice. Cosmic Cuisine, Wok and Tempura, Made of Meat. There's the Aleph again. In Awe. I'm like, the Metamorphosis. Are these all real books? That's a real book. Well, I'm not too learned, I guess.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Wait, who the fuck is Barbara? She wasn't in any of the pictures. Shut up! It's fucking creepy. And I love it. Oh, so we're back at the front of the house. We came from that side. Huh. I found another one of those things.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton was definitely in the basement.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What happened? Fucking lamp. Just leaves a lamp. Go upstairs. Oh, this is your grandma's chair. I know the key is for the basement, but...
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
It wants me to go that way, but what? Ooh. That's fucking scary. Guess that's Grandpa. Molly. 1937 to 47. What is going on in this fucking house?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Wait, this is where I needed to use that key? Hold on, wait. But there's still more shit in the basement. I want to see what's in the basement first. That picture's fucking terrifying. We went... what's down this way? I'm assuming we're gonna go to all these rooms. Like, they're not just gonna make... What? The only... That's fucking dope. I like that door. I feel like fucking Donkey from Shrek. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. They all have name. Calvin, 1950 to 1961. Gregory, 76 to 77. Who's this one? Edie, 1917 to 2010. Sven, Hofstad, Finch. So when someone dies, they close the doors. Did I figure that out? And then they just build another room. Is that like the Winchester house? Let's go down in the basement. We saw it. Wait, what's over that way? Barbara, 1944 to 67.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh, nothing. Can I do that for all of them? Hold on, can I do that for all of them? Like, go up? I didn't even try that. Just peepholes? You can.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Excuse me? So Calvin was Grandpa Sam's brother. Who's Gregory?
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Huh, Gregory had a hot tub. And lots of fuzzy pink things. Okay. Now I can do that to these also. This one was Molly. Who the fuck is Molly now?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah, they all die. When they die, they lock the rooms. They hadn't locked this room because he was still alive. We already checked Barb. Ooh,
Whenever
what's this?
people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Huh.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, well, let's check the basement out. Ooh.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Oh. So we're literally just learning about our family tree at this point. Like that's what this is. But now I know we can look through peepholes. And this is the only one without a nameplate. Why?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Excuse me? We did that.
Mom
Okay.
always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
But it did fit upstairs. Alright. So we gotta find the key to the basement. I'm fucking fascinated. Now it's definitely got some like horror game vibes, but like I know for a fact that there isn't. 249, alright. Let's see what the fuck is in here. Milton.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna
What was
lead.
that? Fuck up. Right. Owl, nothing. Molly. Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
The gerbil food? Now it's making me play as Molly. I had a fish. No, I'm not gonna make her eat the fucking fish. Well, I mean, it's fish or fucking gerbil food, apparently. What is this?
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
There you go. It's a carrot with gerbil shit next to it. Is it really gonna make me do this?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Okay, good.
I kept eating and eating.
What? No, don't eat the toothpaste.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are fake, aren't they?
heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
This is how she
And
died.
suddenly,
What?
I was a cat.
Excuse me?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
There's Mom and Dad.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
What?
I gobbled her up.
What the fuck am I playing?
Suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Well,
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
what?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
The fuck did it go?
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
What the fuck kind of diary is this?
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
I'm a fucking octopus.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Holy fuck.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? His belly was rusty, razor, his belly was rusty.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer
It's Molly's
and closer.
room. It's Molly's room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
What?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
It's a cat.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Maybe she knew something.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Huh.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Right, so we have Sanjay. Greg died a year. What happened to him? Okay, so Odin had Edie. Right? But who are Walter and Sam? Where'd they come from? So Walter and Sam had Calvin, Barbara. And Molly's all the way back to... This tree makes no fucking sense. I'll figure it out. Sven, Edie.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Ah, there you go. That makes sense. That makes sense. So if I look here again, then where's the other Edith? If she's Junior, unless Edie is, I guess.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Mural sketches, Barbara concepts.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
So that's how Sven died. Dragon kills Finch.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
What was her name? And your dad's name, because you need both. Oh, this is the other side? Sven and Edie. Right? Yeah, Edie and Sven. Edie and Sven, apparently, they're all the way fucking down there. So that means that's... that means they made Barbara? Barbara, Molly, and Calvin. Sam, right? Odin was like the first one? I don't fucking know, man. Alright. Ooh.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Okay, so Kay was an ex-wife. Right? Grandpa Sam, he said? Or Sven?
It was a pretty big trace.
Huh. There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Sven gave Sam an old camera. So this was a green. This was essentially what's it called? The dark room. Dark room. Calvin Finch died at 11 years old. Strong sculpt. Couple turns land into a native haven. Is that a fucking beer can? Huh. No, I want to look at the picture that's up there. Can I move that chair? No. Fort Sam. Fort Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about it.
Calvin was Grandpa Sam's twin.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
That's a
But
really
that day,
shitty place for
he
a...
finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Okay.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already
This
made
is
up his
fucking
mind.
trippy. The tree's gonna snap.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
The tree's gonna snap.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh god.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Except he pulled it off. Okay, so Sam and Calvin. Were twins. Born in 1950.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
But hold on, how old is Edie? 1917. Great grandpa. Okay, so Sven and Edie had Sam and Calvin. Had Molly, Barbara, Calvin, and Sam. Calvin married. Calvin died. Sam married Kay. And then they had Greg, Gus, and Dawn. Dawn married Sanjay, who had Edith, Milton, and Lewis. I'm the only one left. Okay. I figured it out. Partially. Oh, God. Why doesn't yours go anywhere? This went to a dope spaceship.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Wow. This fucking house is just full of shit.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Huh. Well, we're gonna go back into Barbara's room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, whoops, no, I wanted to get out. That's fucking scary. That's disgusting. Cigarette butts. Why is her room so small?
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Alright, this is sick. Can I not? Do I get an achievement for knocking all of these off the table? Wait, can I get it? Come on, I can get one of these in. Fuck. Cleared the table. There was an achievement. I was right.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
I love everything about this sequence. It's terrifying. So what if I just keep swinging?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I like that chair. Is there another achievement for this? Can I break this? There's gotta be a way for me to break this. Oh. No, I guess not. Alright. I'm trying to break as much as I fucking can. Fuck out of here. Nothing down that way.
Walter, are you there?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the Hookman, and...
Was his dad.
Useless.
Was her dad.
He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
We're back in Molly's room.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groan.
That was her dad. She killed her dad.
But she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen.
What?
She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a
No.
real eerie tale.
Is it actually there? Now we gotta go find out. I didn't see a fucking ear.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Every time I see that, I just want to like... Can I unlock this door now? No. Guess I have to go through here.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
I wouldn't have come here by myself. Are you kidding me? Hell no. Let's go to the music box. I did the music box, but I didn't actually see an ear.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
It's a pretty organized wall, though.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Another one.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shakes, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting.
2005.
Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
She would bring down the
It's
packages
been a week now,
for her.
the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Okay. Oh. Those all models? Boxes of cereal. Cigarettes?
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy.
He's gonna get hit by a train.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
That's cool. The monster on the other side was the train. It was in his head.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Wait, what can I...
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
There's a painting.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
That's who
I
the
can
mole
only
is.
imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
His garbage. Where he left.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Let's get off the train tracks this
Found out what
time.
happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Walter.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
I have to say, this game, the form of exploration and the way it's
Maybe
done
it'd be better
is
if all this just
fucking
died with
beautiful.
me.
Still working. Someone was out here. That's a solar-powered lamp.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I don't know how much I would trust these wooden steps.
And when you look at the house, it had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
Oh, whoops. This way
I think
next?
we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Not like that? No.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Sven built the house. Edie designed the cemetery. Calvin was their son. Molly was their daughter. Barbara was the star. Walter was the one in the cave.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Huh.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Ah, Sam,
Her dad had
Gregory,
been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
83, 77, and 82. Yep. Well, hold on. Sam Finch. Well, that's when he died, not when he was born. In 83, okay. Sam. Let's see if we can make this out. Greg, Gus, and Dawn are their brothers. Sam and Kay were her grandma. Edith was her great-grandma. Mom died young too.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay Kumar, that's her dad. That's Sanjay Kumar, that's her dad.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
She's 22 weeks pregnant. That's 17. Oh, there's a ladder there. Yeah, 1999 and it is 2000 and...
I never met
2017.
Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Oh.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sam, a U.S. Marine. He didn't die in the military? That's a thing from his brother. Wanted to be an astronaut.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up.
Still freezing, though.
Huh.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Well, what else is there?
Was it?
I like this sequence a lot.
Could have been.
Or maybe he was lying and I do have to waste it on him. No? Poems by Emily Dickinson. Huh. The Campbells? Red bean soup. Okay, what else am I supposed to take a picture of? Oh.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
That's what it was making
Before
me
you
look
take
for.
the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down. Great shot, Don!
Oh, God.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Woof.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Whoops. How do I get up there?
Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the two of us together.
It's so sad.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh my God. That's fucking crazy, man. Well, hold on, is there anything else in here? Or is it just that? Any items or whatnot? We got some flares. Fucking geese. I assume there really is nothing. Otherwise they wouldn't... Oh, okay. Airline ticket. K. Finch. To where? Binoculars. Perfume. It's the cat and a squirrel.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
All right.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Wait, what? This is where they kept babies here? Well, that's what caught my eye first, but let's Gregory, Dawn, Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Let's look at Gregory. No. Pick it the fuck up. Pick it the fuck up. It's just paperwork. Okay. Kay and Sam Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Send over, Gregory. It's time to...
No.
Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Come on. 1,
What his world
2,
was like.
3, 4. Controls toys.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Did you drown? Oh.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Wait. Oh, wait. No, this is bad. No, shut the water off.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
No, go up, fam.
But I
Oh,
know
it's
what
beautiful,
happened
though.
wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
God. Gregory was a baby. now we find out what happened to Gus.
A poem for Gus,
It's definitely bad,
who always said the wedding was a bad
but
idea.
that was my favorite part of this game.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Okay. Where's the rest of it? Ah.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had prepared leave. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
Woof.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
And let me guess, Edith Finch is gonna die at the end of this one too. Huh. Is there anything else in this room though? Maybe the fucking light switch? Okay. Sweep and trash, Gus mop mow yard, Greg be a baby. Raise flag 7:30, breakfast is at 8, quiet time's at 11. Jump 100, jump rope, jumping jacks, push-ups, crunches, run to mailbox and back. America.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Could you imagine coming home drunk and having to fucking do this every time to get to your room?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Holy shit, she is pregnant. Look at that. Huh.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Copy passport for volunteer center. Meet with relief prep after school teaching. 10 ways to teach critical thinking, history, math, science, religion. Plan to visit Taj Mahal. Read for majors, English, teaching, theology. Buy school books. What? Get me with something. Luke. One more. College application deadlines. Don't forget visa application. Schedule eye exam.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Sage, thyme, basil,
And to
mint.
see kids in the house again.
Milton. Edith. Got a flower garden up here.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Great job. Never stop learning, assume nothing, respect criticism, and ask tough questions. They couldn't fucking spring for the JPEGs here?
But it didn't last.
Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, and conclusion. You had a laptop. Oh, there's a family picture. I guess that's me as a baby. To teach and to learn. 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. Dawn Finch. She wrote a book.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
And you can see the old house from here. What's back this way? Anything? Nope. Nope, just garbage bags. Alright. Just making sure, you gotta be thorough with these things, man. Could you imagine living here? So Milton liked to paint. It was very good. Milton was a prince.
Milton Finch in The
Magic Paintbrush. Huh.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
But like, so far every other one of these stories have led to where everyone is. Like, you get
Mom's
some
got
understanding
months
as to
searching
what
for
happened to
Then
him.
she sealed the doors.
He went. Come on, let me go in.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Oh, the stairs were right there. I'm an idiot.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room.
There's a fucking
Except
hookah and a
Lewis.
weed plant. Is that a fucking boat? And chairs up there? Bro, this house is fucking sick.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Weed?
That part of him lived on.
Yep. Look at all the ganja. Gaming PC. Dual monitor setup, bro. Holy shit, that thing looks like a beast. This would be a sick ass setup, dude. High school diploma.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Maybe it's because he's fucking high all the time.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
But at the end of the day, you guys took your dad's name, didn't you? That looks sick. Legalize marijuana. Fucking hookah plant. Well, no, because we still have this. Institute of Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Oh, I can see
But
this
he withdrew
fucking...
part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to... wander.
Oh, shit.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, God.
But he took it very seriously.
This is really hard.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
electric sitar or silver harp?
silver harp.
What?
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Is this what drugs do to you?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
The fuck?
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Cat, eh?
one thing left to do.
God, the sound design in this game is fucking great.
Bend
It's a
down.
guillotine. What's worse is that it makes you do it.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs.
Oh,
Finch, your son was a
God.
kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oof.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So young. Right? What? 88 to 2010. He's 3 years older than me. You would have been 30. Woulda. Is that what he was taking? Aside from weed.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Sanjay, disaster relief. Copies of her book.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
What
Maybe I should have
happened
come
that
sooner.
night? I died.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
It's an incense burner. Oh, it's a pen. That's what it is.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
He died.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Alright, let's do it. History of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Oh.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Her kid.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
She had a son. What? There a part 2? This game was fucking great. There's achievements for making it to certain parts of the credits. Wow. That was fucking great. Oh wow. Let me check something real quick. I might as well get the fucking platinum, right? Let's see. I'm 50% done. Look in all the peepholes. Take both paths to the house. Catch 2 owls. And let the drunken sailor play Calvin's story. I thought I did it. I'll play Calvin's story again. These are all super easy. Let's knock them out. That game was fucking great. Okay. Take both paths to the house and a closer look. We'll do in the same one. So Great Owl and let them finish. These are both in the same one. Wait, catch 2 rabbits with only 2 swoops. Okay, so let's go back. We'll play a story. Molly. Oh, it just puts you back here like in the game, eh? Molly was here.
December 13th, 19...
Oh, I can't skip it?
47. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh no, I just like that one for some reason.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Where the fuck did the bird go? Over that way, so... Oh.
The babies were all gone. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Where'd she go? Have to climb the big tree.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
Whoops.
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Catch 2 rabbits in 2 swoops.
Rabbits.
One.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
There we go, great owl.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Ow.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seeds.
There it is.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
This is the second one, we gotta let him finish his song.
the scuppers with a hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hose pipe on him. Hell, I hate them. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Hell, I hate them. He rises, he goes, she rises, he goes, she rises in the morning.
There it is. Let him finish.
Passenger, I was still hungry, and across the water I smelled something new, something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
All right, hold on. What else did we have to do? Play Calvin's story again. Look in all the peepholes and take both roads. Okay. Well, we could replay a story now. Well, we know she died in 2017. What? Why is it that when we play Edie, and when we pick Dawn, Edie... What does that say? It said play Calvin's story again. That's another one, so let's do that. Play Calvin's story.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Too.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
There you go, loop-de-loop-de-loop. And then for the last one, we can actually do by replaying her. Because when we start off, we took the entrance through the... can I not skip it again?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Now it makes sense. That was fucking... Yes, now I'm Edith Finch. She got married.
I lived
But her
here
husband
until I was
died.
11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Well, I went down that way and up to the garage that time. Let's check what's this way. I guess this was the driveway?
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few
All roads,
footprints.
yeah.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Now I have to look through all the peepholes.
The house
I
was
can't have
exactly
been
like I
missing
remembered
many.
it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Now we need what remains of whatever his name is, Finch.
Now,
where you get to play as a kid.
17-year-old, I knew
Is there
exactly
is there an expansion for that?
I was afraid of the house. I
don't
hoped the
think this
key might
opens
unlock the
that.
front door. It didn't.
But it didn't. Alright, yeah. Where side door. Through the doggy door.
Crawling
So
through the
now-
doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
The only thing we have to do now is to go through all the peepholes and we get the platinum. Game's easy enough to
For the
platinum,
first
so I
time
said
in
fuck it.
years, I felt like I was home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it.
Alright, so there's
like
a peephole
smile
here.
with too many teeth. Edie told me once that
The
every
library.
Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room,
A closer
was
look.
10
There it
when
is.
she was
That's the only one I
painting my
missed.
portrait.
Which should also mean that I got the platinum? Yeah. There is no platinum for it, but I got 100%. It was good. Well, I got 2 golds for it. Alright, well, it's been a blast, and I fucking love this game. However, it is time for me to call it a night. It is 4 in the morning. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, where I may or may not have something special planned. Peace.